Good morning from Cannes. We are here at the Yachting Festival. We touched down yesterday, so we've got here nice and early to show you the Prestige M48. We haven't done one of these yet, so let's do a tour for you. So as you can see on the aft here, you have got this huge bathing platform. Now this makes 3 features. Now this can actually drop down into the water when launching a tender. As you can see, we've got the chocks here, so you can chock up a tender. Around 150 kilo Prestige recommend. And then obviously now it's acting as a bathing platform, so we can access it nice and easy off the pontoon. And then also a really cool feature which it does is it elevates up to a step, so then you can extend your living space and make it a really usable space. You've also got a good storage locker in here, which goes right the way under, which will open up for you later on. And then you've also got storage lockers either side, so you can store away any additional bits. And then a neat feature in here is, you've got your shore power hook up in there. Let's head upstairs now and we'll show you what the boat's got to offer space wise, because this boat is almost 20 foot wide, so it offers a huge amount of living space. As you can see here, you've got your seating area for plenty of guests. You haven't got to compromise. And a cool feature as well is the table folds out, so then when you want to, you can extend the amount of space to store your food, or if you were dining up here, you can store some more bits and pieces there. And then this stool can also fit in there, so if you wanted to be sat together, you can do so. But then when the bathing platform's up, you can take off the cables, and then you've got some more space for kids or something to jump off the boat, or an adult if you want to jump off the boat. You've also got more seating space here, plenty of seating for everyone. It does not feel compromised because we've got such a big beam on here. You've got plenty of seating. Deep storage locker under there, some integrated cup holders, and then as you've probably seen, you've also got an option for a third docking station. So you've got a joystick and then a bow and stern thruster on there, so that just works really well if you are wanting to manoeuvre the boat in some tight spaces. So as you can see, you've got your patio doors alongside your opening hatch, really easy to access and work. It is just on a hinge, so obviously less things to go wrong with when it's not electronic. And then coming onto your galley now, it's really nice feeling here. Got your induction worktop there, domestic size fridge, freezer above as well, which will open up for you. So it's no compromise whatsoever on board. It's a nice stable feel as well, so if you have got a little bit of chop, you're alright, you can steady yourself. Oven beneath that, we'll open it up for you, do your cooking in there. And then really good size sink, and then below that is where you just got another storage unit. Overhead storage is not an issue as well. We've got these huge, deep lockers above head, so you've got plenty of plates and bits and pieces. You can stow them away in there. What we'll do now is we will go onto your port side, and here you've got a vast sofa. Now you could comfortably seat, I'd say, around 6 to 8 people on here, and it's a really nice feel. One thing we are definitely noticing with Prestige is they're upping the quality, and the finish is definitely getting much better. And it's a really premium feel which is carried throughout the boats and throughout the range now, especially on the newer models. As you can see, we've got plenty of light coming in thanks to these huge windows running either side, as well as these LED strip lights which run above head and behind the lockers. So if Fred spins round, we'll show you onto your second helm station. So obviously with this being a fly, you're going to be driving the boat predominantly from up on the fly. Now we have excellent visibility, I must say. We've also got dual Garmin plotters with all your charts, etc., equipment, Volvo engine, information. You've also got the cameras, so if you are doing some tight manoeuvring, you can always check your cameras, and that's just a really handy feature to have. They're also set nicely, so they're facing you. You haven't got to glare at far away. Joystick falls nicely to hand. Throttles fall nicely to hand. And then you've also got some storage space in here with USBs, more USBs, so you haven't got to worry about your phone going flat, unless you forget a load of chargers. But yeah, you can also stand from here, slightly more compromised, but like I say, predominantly you will be driving the boat from up on the fly, because that's what it's all about. You've also got access onto your side deck, which also provides plenty of ventilation. And also, if you have got any crew members, they can quickly access inside or get onto the side decks very easily. You've also got a porthole, opening hatch above head. Sorry, opening hatch, which just provides more ventilation, so when underway, you don't feel stuffy. Heading down below, this is what this boat is all about. So with it being a power cat, you get access to this huge owner's cabin, which is full beam, so you get plenty of space. As you can see, you've got a large sofa there, but it feels a very cozy, light environment in here. You can see the contrasted materials, which Prestige are now incorporating in all the range. It feels very luxurious, no compromise whatsoever. Head height's excellent, and then if we drop down, throughout we've got plenty of storage as well, with these really nice handles, deep storage in there to hang any bits and pieces. So if Fred follows me, what's nice about this is because it's full beam is you get a separate shower and a separate toilet, so it just feels very premium. Like I say, I'll demonstrate this. As you will probably know by now if you watch, I am 6'2", and we've got a good amount of headroom because the floor actually drops. Sorry about looking at my feet, but as you can see, the floor drops, then you get plenty of room in here. So what we'll do now is we will head into your toilet. We'll just close that for now so Fred can get through. Nice vanity unit looking out onto the water, with another excellent amount of storage space in there, so if you've got any suitcases or anything, they can be stowed away. And this boat really is inviting. It makes you want to spend a large amount of time on board. It doesn't feel like it's compromised whatsoever. And then your toilet's here with your sink and then some additional storage below. So a good feature on board is you've got your access to your air conditioning and heating, which the boat can be specified with. So it just means each cabin can have their own climate control, which is a very nice feature. We will touch base on this vanity unit a little bit more, just because Fred mentioned it. So we'll sit down. As you can see, we're facing out, plenty of room for whoever wants to sit here and get ready in the morning. So what we'll do is, another feature, you've also got your TV bracket, so you can put a TV in here. So for those days where you don't want to get up, you can watch your TV. Right, let's head out now, and we will go down to I know I said VIP cabin, but we'll save that for last. So in here we've got your guest cabin. At the moment it's configured with 2 singles, although you can slide it across manually and it can make into a really good sized double berth. And the nice feature is which Prestige are incorporating. They're incorporating lots of things, but you have this excellent view out, so when you wake up in the morning you can open your curtain and then you've got your view onto the sea. Plenty more storage space, hanging locker in there. And then as you can see again, you've got your heating controls. And then coming onto your day head now, So this is where your guests will be using your heads, because it is your closest access to your saloon, etc., in your living space. So a really good sized shower yet again. And then in there you've just got your toilet and then sink. So let's head up now and we will go into the VIP cabin. There is so much space on board. Prestige say with a boat under 50 foot, just under, you have the same amount of space as a 60-foot boat, which is carried throughout, even on the side decks, etc. It feels vast on board. So here you've got your king size bed, looking out onto the water, and then you've also got ensuite access, which we'll come on to now. So Fred's now in the ensuite, and in there you have got a separate shower compartment, a really good size, no compromise, and then you've also got your toilet and storage space, as well as a sink. So there is definitely not a shortage of storage on this boat. As you can see, you've got some lovely pull-out sections with cutouts for drinks, etc. So it really does carry on the theme that this boat is meant to be used as an apartment, really. Obviously, we'll come on to shortly, the cruising speed, it's not going to be ridiculous because this is a power cat. It's not meant for that. It's meant for a slower life. Cruising speeds of up to 17 knots, so very reasonable. However, the majority of cruising where it's going to be most efficient and you're going to have that extended range is at around 8 to 10 knots. Now this boat is equipped with twin Volvo Penta D4 engines, 320 horsepower each, which is the only engine option on board. So we'll go on to the engines later on, however let's head up to the Flybridge now. So here you've got a really stable staircase heading up to your fly with rails, so if you have got a bit more of the harsh sea you can still hold on and get up here nice and easily. So we've got plenty of living space up here. Now what Prestige have done is really clever here. Now it's just a simple feature, but they've got these really heavy backrests, so you can actually adjust it to how you like to seat. And these won't be moving around when you're undergoing because, like I say, they're weighted. So you can just adjust those to how you sit. And I think that's a really cool feature. Plenty of seating here for, you could say, 8 to 12 guests. And then here you've got your outdoor galley, everything you need, equipped with grill, fridge, and then you've got your sink there as well. So in the morning or when you're underway, you can get something cooking and keep everyone satisfied, as well as having some nice cold drinks. So you've got this forward facing bench there, facing onto the sea when you're undergoing, or the waterway which you are using. And then you've also got another space here for someone else when navigating. So coming onto the helm now, it's excellent on here, well equipped. As you can see, you've got another space here when navigating, so you can have four people forward facing. So coming on to your actual equipment now, we've got two huge Garmin plotters. It's one there you can have all your information displayed. You've got your Garmin, and then you've also got the bow thruster which this boat is spec'd with, and then you've also got the joystick which interlinks with the engines. So it is actually on shaft drive, but that still works really well. And it's not too overwhelmingly big. It's a comfortable size which probably 2 to 4 people would manage on their own, depending on the experience. But like I say, yet again, the Garmin displays in your Volvo, it's all displayed really nicely, nice and upright, so you haven't got to be glancing to try and find your information. It's all set nicely, so when underway, you can see all your information up there. So as you can see, this boat is spec'd with the hardtop, so it just makes the space very usable, provides shade, and then you haven't got to be faffing around with putting on and off a canopy up here and playing around with a bimini, which is always nice, makes it more usable and more desirable. So we'll head down below and show you some more features on board. So one excellent feature this boat has is you've got dual access both sides. As you can see, we've currently got the transom gate. So it's a really safe area as well. You can enclose it if you've got any young children on board. Right, the original plan was we were going to head on that side, so let's stick with that plan. As you can see, you've got cleats on the aft. Really high tow rails here, so it feels nice and safe. You've also got handrail up here, as well as high railings alongside. We've also got the M7 here, sorry, which we will be doing you a tour on. This is brand new exclusive M7, so stay tuned for that one. And then coming onto your bow now, as you can see, you've got plenty of space on here. What you've got to remember is this boat is actually less than 50 foot, but it crams in so much space, and because of the beam, it just provides that additional space on board. So here you've got your sun pads, so you can be lounging, and then you've also got your sofa set up here. And what prestige you've actually incorporated is, if Fred comes along, you might be thinking, what happens if it's quite choppy and I'm getting a lot of spray? Well, they've actually put plates down there to prevent the spray from coming up and damaging the material on board. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go onto your crew cabin, because this boat can actually be spec'd with a crew cabin. However, if you didn't spec it with that, it can just be used as a storage space. So ultimately, it will come down to the owner and their preference. But if you did want a skipper on board, you've got somewhere for them to be. So this boat includes access to heads down there. So if you're on the bow and you need to go to the toilet and you can't be bothered to go back into the saloon, you can pop down there and you've got some facilities to use. It just includes some really cool features, including these lanterns. So at night, it'll be very scenic. You could be looking out onto the water, watching the sunset, and then we've got some more ambient lighting. In here, you've got access to your electric windlass, and then an excellent storage space in there. As you can see, we've got 3 huge fenders in there, and we could probably stow away some more. So storage is not an issue. So we're here in the cockpit now, and as you can see, we've got access to your huge storage locker, which I did previously mention. So this can be accessed from here as well as on the bathing platform. And in there you've got access to your generator and plenty of room to store any bits for your water toys or etc. So we have sent Fred down into the engine bay, and as you can see, it's actually insulated down there, so it acts as a noise reduction, so it's not as noisy, and then it also acts as a storage void. As mentioned earlier on, this boat is equipped with twin Volvo Penta D4 320 horsepower engines, and down there, once you've lifted up the hatches, you've got good access onto your engines for any general maintenance. So to round up this video, this boat here with a decent spec, you will be looking at around £1.5 million. So that will include obviously your generator and like a med spec basically. So if you would like any more information on this boat, or you'd like to arrange a viewing, please get in contact. We can give you some tickets. It's here to view in Cannes. So like I say, subscribe for more content and make sure to reach out if you'd like to come and view this boat.